Guys, big breaking news coming out. Meteorologists, the weather forecast, you name them, they are sounding the alarm here when it comes to multiple states getting hit by this massive snowstorm, and it's not even over. You have this news coming out. Northeast said to be blasted by most extreme cold on Earth before Christmas. All right, we're gonna get to all this news here, guys, but this one here, this is a bombshell news. I'm not gonna play too much of it, but you guys get the picture, right? This is just getting brutal. All right, flight delays. You have cancellation. You have man, all these cars just hitting each other when it comes to black ice on the highway. This is why it's very important to please drive slow. Put the signal lights on. You don't want to speed up. And look, I know a lot of people are trying to get home from Thanksgiving holiday, but it's not worth it. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Let's go with this one really quick here. So Indiana's 50 car snow apocalypse. I-70 turns into a $10 million metal mayhem. Are you serious? Man, that's brutal. Indiana got hit with the kind of winter sucker punch that turns a routine drive into a demolition derby. About 50 vehicles, cars, semis, SUVs slammed into each other on Saturday in a chain reaction after a sudden whiteout dropped visibility to zero. One moment, highway. Next moment, milk white void and brakes light that don't matter anymore. Drivers never stood a chance. Within seconds, lanes were a scrapyard. Vehicles stacked like toppled dominoes across asphalt that looked more like a frozen battlefield than an interstate. Emergency crews locked down the entire stretch for hours, towing crumbled metal, pulling dazed motorists out of wrecks, checking for hidden casual, you know what, in the pileups. Now, the miracle, most injuries were minor. 50 cars collided at highway speed should have been mass casualty territory. Today, it wasn't. The Lord was with those people. Oh, God was with them. But the takeaway, brutal. The Midwest winter isn't back. It's escalating. Faster, sharper, more unpredictable. 1 minute you're cruising, the next you're in a visibility blackout where stopping distance goes from 300 feet to too late. Indiana got lucky. Next time, who knows? But that was a huge news. Now we're gonna go with this one here. That was a huge news from Saturday. Now we're gonna go with this one here, which is coming out right now. Meteorologists are sounding the alarm for certain states out there in the US. So please prepare yourself spiritually, physically, mentally. Do me a favor, hit that like, share the video. Thank you again for your support. The central to eastern US is set to be blasted with some of the most extreme cold anywhere on Earth just before Christmas. According to a shocking new forecast, from the Midwest to the East Coast, temperatures will be about 15 to 20 degrees below the December average beginning in about third week of the month. In New York City, temperatures are typically about 37 degrees Fahrenheit in mid-December, meaning the city could experience sustained colds in the low 20s to teens. My thinking is that the cold the first week of December is the appetizer, and the main course will be in mid-December, Cohen told USA Today. Man, that's like a big slap to the face of the Midwest. Man, that's brutal. Give me a second here. I'm gonna have to read this part. There's too many advertisements and pictures here I cannot show. The most expensive region of most likely extreme cold on Earth stretches from the Canadian plains to the U.S. East Coast in the third week of December, Cohen said, citing findings from the weather modeling computer. That deadly cold air will come from the movement of the polar vortex, dipping and bringing cold Arctic air over the states. Now, guys, those polar vortex are going to be brutal. Meteorologists are really sounding the alarm when it comes to the polar vortex. Now, it says here exactly how frigid the temperatures will be is not yet clear and varies greatly by region. But Cohen expects them to dip below what is being felt this week in most places. The Midwest is facing highs in the 10s and mid-20s in some areas this week, while regions from Illinois to Missouri will experience lows around zero. Man, zero? See, I live here in the state of Florida. I'm good out here with the Crocs sandals, and yeah, I can't deal with them brutal cold. I can't. I lived up north before. Nope, can't do it. And plus, some of those places up north, those apartment complexes, it's just not great. It's not great. Not up to date. It says here what Cohen's model does show is that most anomalously cold air relative to monthly averages anywhere in the world is headed for the East Coast later this month. Some areas on the East Coast are already facing the beginning of that cold, including the Albany area, which is forecast to have temperatures in the teens and 20s this weekend into next week. Those temperatures are about 15 to 20 degrees below December averages for the area, a mirror of what much of the country can expect to experience later in the month. And it says here, and the weather that could burst will bring snow remains unclear, but the freezing temperatures will be on hand if storm systems develop. Once again, the winter weather blew into much of the U.S. this week, with November snowfalls blanketing parts of the Midwest over the weekend and causing travel chaos for thousands. Northeast is also due to get walloped by its first winter storm of the season on Tuesday, with a northeastern bearing down on the region and dumping snow from Pennsylvania all the way to Maine. Yikes. I got a family that lives in Maine. And I heard Maine, it gets cold. It gets really cold. Maine is beautiful too. The acres, you could buy acres there really cheap. Yeah, I'm thinking about moving to Maine. Thinking about it, but with this storm, man. I mean, I love seeing the leaves changing colors and stuff like that. I just love it. I love those environments. But again, like I say, if I move up there has to be some heat. So it says swath of New York and New England will see as much as 8 inches, while some pockets in New York, New Hampshire, and Vermont could see up to 12 inches, according to Fox Weather Forecast. New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, and the coastal city are unlikely to see any accumulation, however, with just a wintry mix of morning flurries turning into cold rain that will fall throughout the day. That storm will blow out of the area by Wednesday morning. So again, today, tomorrow will be brutal. Give me a second here, guys. I know Turner just posted something about this. I want to bring this one up too. All right, so decision, snowfall tomorrow. Make sure, man, that blue looks brutal. Pennsylvania. Make sure you fill up your gas tank, and yeah, prepare yourself. Make sure you have candles, and make sure you fill up. I mean, not fill up. Your phone is fully charged. It says here a large snowstorm is moving from the center of the country eastward towards my house. Again, Turner's house in Pennsylvania. He lives out there in PA. So he's getting all the information here. Alright, so I'm just going to skip this one here. So he's basically talking about himself. But yeah, it's going to be brutal out there. It's going to be really bad. Give me a second here. Polar vortex. Yeah, that's going to be nasty. I'm just seeing it right now. Jeez. Look at those vehicles just covered with snow. I don't know how Tesla is going to react to that cold, man. Record cold. Oh my goodness. 235 million Americans. That's the entire population. Hold on. Give me a second here. 250 million? Give me a second here, guys. 250. Hold on, give me a second here. Man, all these crazy videos are not necessary. Man, I've never seen so many advertisements. It's crazy. Record cold for 235 million Americans, starting in just hours, as polar vortex brings most extreme cold on Earth. 235 million. That's almost the entire population. Man, that is crazy. Give me a second here, guys. I totally apologize. Winter weather warnings have been issued in 30 states as a bone-chilling polar vortex is poised to freeze the U.S. with record cold temperatures starting tonight. The National Weather Service issued winter weather advisory and winter storm watches from Maine to Nebraska, with wind chills in certain regions of the Midwest and Great Plains to make it feel between -10 to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. The heaviest snow is expected to arrive Monday night, with parts of Ohio, eastern Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and most of New England seeing up to 6 inches accumulating by Tuesday. I never seen a number like that high. I heard Tesla has like a issue when it comes to cold weather. Like the battery freezes up. Man. It says here large stretches of the Midwest, which have already been hit by Thanksgiving snowstorm, including in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan, could see temperatures drop into the single digits today and Tuesday. Meteorologists have also warned that the Dakotas, Montana, Wyoming, Wisconsin, and Minnesota may experience their coldest days of the year on Monday, falling well below 0 degrees in certain areas by tonight. The frigid forecast is expected to last all week throughout the U.S. as cold air from Canada and Greenland plunges south because of a weakening in the Earth polar vortex. The polar vortex is like a giant spinning whirlpool of cold air high up in the atmosphere above the North Pole, normally held in place by strong winds that act as a barrier, keeping the extreme cold locked away from the U.S. However, strong storms and high-pressure system in the lower atmosphere have sent ripples of warmer air upward that knocked this polar vortex off balance, allowing the icy Arctic air to dip farther south and blanket the U.S. You guys get the picture here. 30 states gonna get hit within hours, and it's gonna be brutal cold. All right, so 235 million Americans. Now, guys, the rest I'm just gonna skip it. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I'll try to keep this under 16 minutes. Give me a second here. Ice warnings have also been issued for Monday night and Tuesday morning in parts of Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and North Carolina, where meteorologists fear slippery roads and sidewalks could endanger commuters and cause travel delays. Temperatures are expected to remain around the freezing point throughout the rest of the week, with the polar vortex projecting to descend all the way to the south on Wednesday and Thursday, reaching Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and Tennessee. AccuWeather has warned that parts of at least 20 states may see temperatures drop up to 20 degrees below historical averages for the beginning of December. In the Midwest, states such as Iowa forecasters have said that Thursday could see the thermometer fall below minus 10 degrees, which would break records throughout the state that have stood for decades. On Friday, record low temperatures in the teens and 20s have also been forecasted for New York, Chicago, Indianapolis, and Baltimore. The winter blasts and ongoing snowstorms already caused a 45-car pileup along Interstate 70 about 10 miles from Terre Haute in Indiana on Saturday. The rest I'm going to leave in the description box. But this is where we at right now. If you live in these states, prepare yourself. Charge your phone. Charge your phones. And make sure that your gas tank is filled up. Because again, guys, you never know with the power outages and stuff like that. But we are praying for 235 million Americans. That's a big number. Jeez, that is a massive number. So I will keep you updated with this news here, guys. And we are praying for a lot of people. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.